Team. So let us start. First of all, I will go through the course content which we are going to have as a part of our course duration, right? So let me open the course content which we have. So let me go to the course content, right? I hope everyone got the everyone got the recording of the yesterday session, right? So yesterday was the first class which we had, right? So we discussed about yesterday what exactly SAP is, and we discussed about one advantage of SAP. Like we have multiple advantages of SAP. Then in today's session, we are going to discuss about what exactly the course content which we are going to discuss as a part of our upcoming discussions, right? So our course is a 3 months to 3.5 months duration it will have. Means I will share this particular course content to you. You can go through this and keep it for your reference as well. I will be sharing this course content to you. All right. Like in this course content, you will see initially what exactly the features of a SAP materials management module, and what and all the advantages of SAP materials management module which you are using for your day-to-day activities of an organization. Then the course highlights, right? So here you can see some of the course highlights as a part of our course duration which we have mentioned over here, right? Then as I mentioned to you yesterday, the course duration will be 3 to 3.5 months tenure. Means within 3 to 3.5 months tenure, we are going to keep 100 hours of sessions. Means every day 1 to 1.5 hour session will be there. Every day 1 to 1.5 hour session will be there. All right. So and when it comes to a 3 months duration, means mostly it will go to the 3 to 3.5 months. If you include the Sundays, etc., and the festivals, it will go to 3.5 months max. So, what exactly the version which we are going to utilize for our sessions? We are going to utilize our version as S4 HANA 2023 or 22 versions. Yesterday, I was able to show it to you what exactly the version which we are using, right? So, project. We are going to discuss about the individual topics. After we discuss at least 75% of the course, we are going to have one simulation project. How exactly the projects that are happening in the real-time industries. Testing. Testing will be separate. Like if you are placed into a project, you will be doing some minimal testing as a consultant, but there will be altogether a separate team to perform the testing, manual testing and automation testing, etc. So here we are trying to learn SAP course as a consultant level, not as a tester, not as a end user. So you will be working as a consultant. Consultant is having lots of demand compared to the testers and the end users. It is not like that you are not going to do any testing. You will be doing some minor testing, but there will be nowadays the projects are including separate testing teams to perform a testing. You developed a object, but that object will be tested by initial testing. You are going to do it. Once you do the initial testing, the end-to-end testing and the integration testing, all those things will be taken care by separate group of people. Everything, As a consultant, you are going to do go live support, everything, etc. You are designing the solutions. Once the solutions are designed, you are going to develop with the help of your technical team. Once the technical team developed, you will be performing some minor testing activities to ensure your solution is developed as per the client requirement. Once you do initial sort of testing, then there will be separate group of people who will be coming and trying to do the end-to-end and integration testings, etc. Right. So then, so we are going to discuss our course duration as a one of the latest version, that is HANA and S4 HANA team. But we also have discussions about one of the previous version, that is ECC 6.0 Enhancer Pack 7. So this is one of the previous versions of S4 HANA. Almost 50% of the company, they are still running S4 ECC 6.0, EHP 7, 8 versions as well. So SAP has put a deadline. They are not going to support if you are using ECC 6.0. You need to migrate from your ECC 6.0 to S4 HANA by 2030 onwards. Till 2030, you have the. Is it visible properly or not? Is it fine, right? Okay. So SAP is going to support. SAP is going to stop the support after 2030. Till that time, you have no problems. So you can use the ECC 6.0 versions as well. Right. So people on the line, please let me know if you have any doubts, etc., so that I will be able to clarify your doubts. You can ask the questions at any moment of time, team. Right. So then we are also going to do the project. As a part of our project, we are going to discuss about something known as SLA. SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. And there are some enhancements. What is an enhancement? What is a RFC? RFC is nothing but a remote function calling methods. So if you wanted to transfer the data from one application to another application, so we are going to use RFC functionality. So we will see what exactly a RFC is and how we are going to utilize this functionality when you are connecting SAP application to a non-SAP applications, etc. Then there is a intermediate document monitoring and the activities that you are going to perform as a support projects also we will be discussing. Right, so this is something related to the project related activities we will be doing once we have almost 2.5 to 75% of the course is completed. We will be going through the project discussions, etc. So the study material. So we are going to provide the soft copies of the materials, like we have some repository in our institute related to the SAP materials management course. We have the soft copies available. We will share those soft copies as well to keep you practice. Whenever you are practicing, you can take those soft copies as a reference and try to do a practice. Then classroom notes, like whatever may be the classroom notes, we are going to present in front of you. You can take those things as a reference and use it as well. Or you can also write your own classroom notes whenever you are attending the sessions. Then real-time specifications. Real-time specifications are nothing but we will be giving some documents to you which will give you a glance of a particular project, how the project will be executed and what and all the parameters you need to consider to define and design a project for a particular client. So those real-time specifications we will be providing it. So then this is a trainer profile. So this is one of the old trainer profile, but I will change it to my naming convention, etc., and I will give it to you as well, right? So I will change the trainer profile and give it to you, team. So then this is a course content we have. Like during the initial sessions, we are going to discuss about what we are going to give some overview on what exactly a ERP is and what is SAP and why do we need SAP and what is the purpose of utilizing SAP in the organizations as a software. Once we discussed this, there is something known as a system landscape and R3 architecture, introduction to S4 HANA, overview of SAP modules with real-time examples. In SAP, we are trying to learn SAP materials management, but along with SAP materials management, there are so many other modules as well available. All those modules, so we are going to discuss all those modules we will be discussing the integration part. Like you have SAP MM at one side, along with SAP MM, you also have so many other modules like finance and controlling, sales and distribution, production planning, extended warehouse management, all those modules are available. Yes, we have. There is a lab available above. So all the students are gathering over there, like technical students, sales and distribution, finance, everybody is sitting over there. You can discuss with them. Once this class is over, you go there and see there are everybody is available on the second floor. So you can talk with them regarding the queries which you have with the other modules. All right. So then we have there is something known as a procure to pay cycle. Procure to pay cycle is nothing but one of the basic cycle which will be used as a backend for the SAP materials management related business processes mapping. So it has 7 steps included in it. We will discuss all those 7 steps as a part of our P2P process or a P2P cycle. Then we have something known as implementation guide and its flow. Implementation guide is nothing but the backend configuration part. Like in SAP, if I go to the SAP logon, we will be doing lots of backend configuration activities as a consultant. Right, so all those backend configuration activities we are going to perform by using the implementation guide activity menu path. Let me log in. So if I go to the SPRO, there is one transaction called as SPRO. I am just giving you some brief overview, team. We are not going to discuss anything. So I'm just giving you a brief overview. This particular screen is called as a this particular screen will be called as the implementation guide. So this is one of the screen where we will be doing a lot of backend configuration activities. So initially we will be discussing about what is an implementation guide and what exactly the how you are going to toggle between one menu path to another menu path. So we are going to give some brief overview. Once this overview is done, we will be getting into the actual execution of these scenarios or the business processes or the configuration activities execution, right? So this is called as an implementation guide, right? So this is how it looks like. We will be discussing about the basic fundamentals of the implementation guide, etc. So then what else we have? We have transactional codes. In SAP, we are doing lots of activities. Every activity will be identified with one transaction code, right? There are thousands of transaction codes, so you need not to remember each and every transaction code. It is freely defined and available against each and every transaction which you are performing. Like if I go to the logistics and a materials management, then there is a purchasing. Here we have a purchase order, then create. So these and all the transaction codes. ME21 is the transaction to create a purchase order. ME22N is for the change. ME23N is a display of a purchase order, etc. Right? So then, for there are so many reports which we have, all those reports also needs to be having each and every a transaction mapped to it. Like if I go to some of the inventory management related functionalities, here also we have each and every transaction mapped with a T code over here. In simple terminology, we call it as a T code. It is called as a transactional code. So MB50, MB21, 22, 23 like this. So we have thousands of transaction codes team. It is very difficult to remember all these transaction codes. So we will be giving one list of transaction codes that are available with us. So you can take that as a reference and utilize it. So once we have the transactional codes discussed, we will be giving some overview on in-memory strategy and architecture overview of S4 HANA, benefits of S4 HANA from business perspective. Like we discussed, there is a older versions of SAP, that is ECC 6.0 enhanced pack 7. We also have S4 HANA. So what is the difference between the ECC 6.0 EHP 7 and S4 HANA? So we are going to discuss those differences between ECC and S4 HANA as well. Like we are using the version, this is the version which is 2022, right? So we are going to discuss all our topics in 2022 version as the latest version of SAP application team, right? So then we have, once we discussed about this initial concepts, we have something known as enterprise structure. So as a part of enterprise structure, we are going to discuss about what is a plant, what is a storage location, what is a purchase organization, and what is a purchasing group, how to do the mappings between one organizational element to another organizational element. We are going to discuss it over here. Once we have the enterprise structure configuration completed, we will be going to discuss about the master data objects. In SAP there are 7 categories of the master data objects team. We have material master records is the first and foremost master data objects. Within the material master, we have various subtopics as well. Like what is a material type, what is a material group, then what is a internal and external number ranging, and what exactly a MRP controller, what is a valuation class, what is a price indicator. All those informations we are going to discuss about a material master data. Hmm? No, no, no. Are you already working in SAP? Where you worked? Bhubaneswar. You are working there as a coordinator. No, pricing is different. It is not a master data. It is a backend configuration activity. It is not at all a master data. Okay. So once we have a material master data topics completed, then we will be going into the vendor master data related topic. So this is a second category of the master data in SAP MM. We will discuss about what exactly the types of vendor master records and what is the backend configuration needs to be performed. We will discuss as a part of the second category of the master data known as a vendor master data. Then we have a third category of the master data, that is a purchasing info records master data, then a source list master data, then a quota arrangement master data, and a condition records master data. Condition records is not a pricing procedure. Condition records is master data. But condition records also will be some part of your pricing, right? So that what is the relation between the condition type and a price determination procedure? We will discuss this, right? So these are the seven categories of the master data which we have team. So we are going to discuss all these categories of the master data as a part of our course duration. So once you have the master data and the enterprise structure configuration done, we are going to perform a transactional data. So what are the transactional data that we have? We are going to execute almost 16 to 18 business scenarios mappings as a part of our course duration, right? So as a part of those business scenarios mapping, we are going to perform the various transactions. Like there is something known as a purchase requisition. Then we have a purchase order. Then there is some of the special procurement business processes. Like some of the special procurement processes are the subcontracting business process, import procurement, then a consignment procurement, stock transport orders, a pipeline and a special service procurement orders, and a request for quotation. And there are some categories of the contracts like we have outline agreement, etc. All those things we are going to discuss about a transactional data. Once the transactional data is done, then we have a release procedure or a approval matrix configuration. A release or approval is somebody created a document that should be reviewed by various levels of the people and approve it or reject it. So that is called as a release or the approval process. We will be discussing about release or approval process and configuration of the same as well. Then inventory management, right? So as a part of inventory management, we have some special topics like there is something known as a goods movement and goods issues, physical inventory verification processes, and a stock determination functionalities. Along with you also have a transfer posting functionality, and there is something known as a reservation functionalities as well. There is something known as a reservation. Then once you have the reservation everything completed, we are going to discuss about the logistics invoice verification functionality. Logistics invoice verification. Then there are some special topics. We call them as a Batch management. Batch management is one of the special topic which we are going to discuss. So, batch management using master data. Okay, so batch management is nothing but like if you are there are some materials which are batch managed and they will have a specific shelf life expiry date. There will be some specific shelf life expiry date. Like you take all medicines and the milk packets, all food products, they will have some specific date. Let us say today I have purchased a milk packet. That milk packet will be I need to utilize within 7 days. After 7 days, it will not be usable, right? I think milk packet will be only available for 3 to 4 days. Only after 4 days, it will not be valid. It will be corrupted, right? So to address the shelf life expiry material inventory management solutions, we have a batch management concept in SAP. By using the batch management concept, the inventory valuation and control of the inventories will be taken care for a particular materials. Then serial number management. So we will be discussing this as a serial number profile or the serial number management as well. Then a split valuation. So these are the some of the special topics which we are going to cover as a part of our course duration. Then MRP will be coming under a production planning module. But in SAP side also there will be some activities we will be performing as a MRP execution. We will be discussing whatever may be the activities that needs to be performed at SAP side. We will be discussing that as well, right? So there, then integration between different modules, like integration of SAP materials management with production planning module, integration of materials management with finance module, integration of materials management with a sales and distribution integration, integration of SAP with sales and distribution module, integration of SAP with human capital management, etc. We will be discussing this as well. So then checking employee hierarchy, how to check system ID of employee, assigning release codes to a requisitioner. Okay, so these and all some of the integration concepts which we are going to discuss, right? So once this is done, there are some special topics we will be covering, team, like overview of the tax structure, goods and services taxes, accounting entries in a purchase order, legacy system migration data workbench tool. These and all the some special topics which we will be covering as a part of our course duration, right? Once these special topics are covered, then we are going to execute the project as I mentioned to you. In SAP, there are various categories of the projects like implementation project, rollout project, and support and upgrade projects. So if you go to the real-time SAP organizations, there will be these 4 or 5 categories of the projects will be available. All those projects, the way how you are executing implementation project, the way how you are executing a rollout project, the way how you are executing a support project will be completely differs. So we will be discussing the each and every activity that is being performed in each and every project phase as a part of our course duration. Then consulting world. So you joined one of the company as a SAP consultant, what activities you are going to perform. If you are working an implementation project, every implementation project will have 4 or 5 phases. The methodologies also will be varying, right? So the project methodologies, there are multiple methodologies available in our present days. Like one of the oldest methodology to implement a SAP project is SAP SAP methodology. SAP stands for Ascendant SAP methodology. Nowadays, we also have Activate methodology, Waterfall methodology, Sprint. Then you have Waterfall, Sprint, Agile methodology, and Activate. So there are various categories of the project methodologies. So we will be discussing about each and every methodology and what are the process steps that are available in each and every methodology we are going to cover as well. Like if I take one of the oldest methodology, there is 5 phases in it: project preparation phase and a business blueprinting phase, then a realization phase, final preparation, and a go live and support phase. Right. So we are going to discuss about all these phases and the individual activities which we are going to perform as a part of our course duration. Then there is some practice projects. As I mentioned to you, we have a repository available with us. So we will be sharing the repository of the projects which we have. So you can keep them as a reference and try to practice the way how the actual projects are working in the organizations will follow the same process steps. Pardon me, can you repeat? Who will provide? Yes. So if you are working in implementation project, you will be preparing various documents like requirements documentation, functional specification document, testing documents, configuration documents. All those things we will be sharing it to you. All those things we will be sharing it to you. You can keep them as a reference when you are practicing. Then support projects, if you are joining into one of the support project, every support project will have so many ticketing tools used. Like there are multiple ticketing tools in the support projects like ServiceNow, Zira, Octane, Remedy, like that. There are so many tools. So we will be giving you some brief overview on those tools as well, so that you can start utilizing those skills. Whenever you got placed into a particular project, you will come to know how to utilize those tools as well as the supporting tools, etc. Then there are some special topics like incident priority. Like if you go to any of the company, there will be support tools will be there. Whenever the business user faces an issue, he will be writing or generating one support ticket. So within the support ticket, there are 3 categories. One is high priority, medium priority, and low priority. So high priority ticket means you need to resolve within 2 hours. Medium priority means it will take at least 2 working days. Low priority means you need to resolve the ticket within 5 working days. Right. So have top priority and medium priority and low priority incidents. Right. So we will discuss about the priority of the each and every ticket. and the SLA to rectify and resolve that particular ticket, the resolution and the response time. Then IDOC monitoring, there is something known as intermediate document, IDOC monitoring, batch job monitoring, all those activities we will be discussing as a part of our course. So this course is meant for ECC 6.0 version team. So there are some new additions also in S4 HANA, like we have flexible workflow functionality, business partner functionality, business rule framework plus LTMC, LTMM, like that there are new concepts also got introduced in S4 HANA. I will update that particular new concepts. Just tell me. Yes, right. So those updates I will be making to this particular document and try to share it to you. You can keep this particular document as a reference once we are proceeding for the further discussions. You can refer the same, right? So any doubts, team, on the course content? Any doubts, team, on the course content from the line? Can you hear me?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the course content, but this course content doesn't include S4 HANA functionalities. I will be updating a separate document specific to the S4 HANA course. You can keep these documents as a reference and try to make it as a reference when we are trying to track the progress of the course based upon this particular course content. So then what is the next topic, Sim? The next topic is the advantages of SAP. Yesterday we discussed about one of the advantage of SAP, that is SAP supports multiple languages. That is the primary advantage of SAP. Yesterday we have seen SAP is supporting English as a primary language. Along with English, it will also support the country specific local languages as well. So let me quickly go through how SAP is supporting English as well as one of the country specific local language as Germany. So this is the by default language team. Like you see all the header level descriptions and the naming convention, everything you will be able to see it over here in English by default. So let us say I wanted to execute one backend reports generation. I will just try to execute one report in SAP. We have thousands of reports available. I will try to execute one report, the open purchase orders report. If I go to a purchasing, then purchase order, open purchase orders I wanted to see. So the report is ME2N, right? So if I execute this report, let us say I will be executing. You see all the naming convention of this particular report and the selection criteria is available over here in English, right? Let me try to execute this report. You see this is the report which is being developed for all the open purchase orders. I just wanted to see it, right? So if I double click on this particular purchase order, it will direct me into the relevant transaction where you can see the information of this particular purchase order in the English as a version, right? Not only the transactional data, the backend configuration screens also will be available in English for sake. Like if I go to the backend configuration screen, in the backend configuration screen again you can see there is a lot of backend configurations over here, which we will be doing as a part of our course duration. All these backend configurations also available in English over here. Along with English, it will also support a country specific local language. Let us say I don't know English, I wanted to perform the transactions in country specific local language Germany. How SAP is supporting Germany? Let us see. So if I double click on this and if I put the logon language as Germany, let me go to the India at the rate 1234 and the logon language is DE. DE stands for Germany. If I put DE and click on enter, you see this is a Germany language team, right? This is a Germany. This is not an English, but it looks like English only. But actually speaking, this is a Germany language. Let me try to execute one report. I just wanted to execute one transaction. You see here all the headings and the other parameters and the screens of this particular document. You can see it in English, right? Germany is the language. So this is a Germany language which you will be using to perform the transactions over here. Not only the transactional data, the backend configurations also. If I wanted to see the backend configurations, you can see it over here as well. Like all the backend configurations, you can see it over here in Germany. This is a Germany language. So like this, SAP is supporting almost 44 different languages, right? 44 to 45 different languages it will support. So whenever you are procuring the licenses from SAP, you can do the licenses procured from along with SAP English as a primary language. You can also select some of the country specific local languages also activated and the SAP will activate and give it to you. Can you? Yes, that can be done. Everything can be done. So this is the like one of the other advantage of SAP is you can access SAP applications by using this as a GUI. So now I am using a graphical user interface. This is called as a graphical user interface to log in into the SAP application, right? So this is a GUI, graphical user interface team, right? But nowadays SAP has also provided a web-based link. You can access the SAP by using the web-based links as well. That is called as a free apps functionality. You can access SAP by a mobile or a tablet, any of the another device, electronic device. If you wanted to access, you can access as well. So that is called as a free apps functionality. So free apps is not activated in this server. Let me go to the another server. I will try to show it to you how a Fury apps and the Fury screens looks like team. So let me get into the one of the another server which I have a Fury apps as well. So let me log in into a remote to desktop connection and a remote to desktop connectivity. Click on yes. So this is a GUI. Let me log in into the GUI By using a GUI, you can also, there is one option. If you select that particular option, it will direct you to the web-based portal as well. Welcome 123. So this is GUI. Like if I wanted to create a purchase order, let me try to show it to you how a purchase order screen looks like. So if I click on ME21N, this is how a purchase order screen looks like in GUI screen. What about the Fairy apps? Let me, the GUI you can only access by using a desktop or laptop or computer. But the Fairy functionalities you can access SAP by using a mobile or a tablet, etc. as well. So how I am going to access the Fairy apps? So if I go to the menu and user menu, there is a list of 1 minute. There is something known as slash UI2 user interface 2 slash FLP SAP Fairy Launchpad, right? Fairy Launchpad. I will just double click on it. When I double click on it, it will open one of the URL link. Let me click on this continue to website. So here I need to enter the user ID and the password. User ID is best. Password is welcome123. Continue log on. So this is how a Fairy screen looks like. Let us say I wanted to create a purchase order. Let us see how it looks like. It is taking a little bit of time to load. Let us wait. Yeah, let us say create purchase order advance, right? Let me click on over here. When I click on it, this is loading little bit slow. Let me go to the create purchase order app. You see, this is how you can access the purchase order creation by using the Fairy Launchpad or a Fairy application as well. Like the same way how I am trying to create by using the, you see, if I go to the ME21N, ME21N, so this is how your screen looks like, right? Same way via a Fairy functionalities as well, the screen is looking same. But this you can access by using a tablet or phone as well. But this you will be able to access by using only the desktop or computer, etc. So as a part of our course duration, we will see how you can access SAP via a GUI and via a Fairy app as well. Then what next? The next activity is we discussed about advantage number one, that is create purchase requisitions. The advantage number one is SAP supports English as a primary language. It will also support the various country specific local languages. Then what is advantage number two of SAP? So advantage number two is the design or the architecture. So what is the architecture of SAP? So what is the present architecture of SAP? SAP is using the present one of the previous architecture, the oldest architecture of SAP is R1 architecture. When I say R1, R1 stands for real-time one-tier architecture. SAP has one minute. I'm opening the document. So, what is the SAP has multiple architectures. As I mentioned to you, SAP started during 1972. Today is 2024. I think I need to track this one. So SAP started during 1972 and today is 2024. That means it is almost 52 years, right? So SAP has went with various design and architecture upgrades. The first and foremost architecture of SAP is SAP R1 architecture. When I say SAP R1, SAP R1 is nothing but a real-time one-tier architecture. SAP R1 architecture was not that much famous because it has so many issues related to a performance. So SAP thought, why don't we migrate our or upgrade our R1 architecture to a RT architecture, R2 architecture. So SAP R1 was introduced during 1972. It took for SAP to migrate from R1 architecture to R2 architecture. 7 years it took. During 1979, they have upgraded their solutions from SAP R1 to R2 design. R2 is nothing but a real-time two-tier architecture in processing the data. But R2 architecture also was not that much popular because of performance issues and the database that is being used. They were using Oracle and the DB2 database. So SAP thought, why don't we migrate from R1 and R2 to a R3 architecture? R3 architecture is one of the very famous architecture of SAP application. So when I say R3 architecture, the full form of R3 is nothing but three-tier real-time data processing architecture. R3 stands for real-time three-tier architecture. So this is one of the very much popular architecture or design of a SAP application. When I say R3, it has three layers in processing the data. I will show it to you how these three layers are integrated in SAP in tomorrow's session, right? But in today's session, I am trying to give you what and all the three layers that are available in SAP. The three layers that are available in SAP R3 architecture is layer number one is a presentation layer. Where is that? Layer number one is a presentation layer. Layer number two is an application layer. And layer number three is a database layer. So these are the three layers that are available in SAP R3 architecture. So what is a presentation layer? What is an application layer? And what is a database layer? Presentation layer provides access to SAP applications. Like I am the user using SAP. I wanted to perform a transaction. I need to have access to SAP application, right? That is nothing but a presentation layer. Like this particular screen, by using which I am able to perform the front end transactions, is called as a presentation layer. Then the back end programming part, application layer, back end programming part, whatever may be the back end programs that are available in SAP will be treated as a application layer. Then a database layer. I created one purchasing document. When I saved that particular purchasing document, it will be stored under a database. This is called as a database layer. We will see in tomorrow's session what is a presentation layer and what is an application layer, what is a database layer, how the data is transferring from presentation to database and database to a presentation layer via an application layer in tomorrow's session team. So any doubts team on today's session? I shared the recording of yesterday's session to our coordinator. Hope you received that particular recording.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubts on today's session team?
Sir, you told that ECC will stop, means SAP supporting ECC by 2030. So
Yes,
m- those company who are on ECC, they might be doing migrating to HANA, right? So more of the
yes.
migration project will be there within the market then.
Pardon me, more of the.
I mean to say, sir, like though you told ECC will be going to means like one kind of obsolete, right? So
Yes,
the company will move from ECC to HANA. So that is also
yes,
one kind of migration.
yes, yes. Upgrade, you can say.
So yeah, upgrade. So more of upgradation project will be there within the
Yes,
market. Means like more
yes,
openings.
yes, yes, yes. Correct. You are correct.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Hi, sir. I have actually, Sharan. Like, I have joined little bit late. Can you please go through that regarding content of the course briefly?
This will take time. Lot of time it will take.
Okay.
Right. If you require, I will spend some 10-15 minutes in tomorrow's session once you
Okay. Okay.
joined sharp at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah. And like hands-on projects will be there, like any like custom project you'll be giving us and
Yes,
or
yes, yes,
okay.
yes. We will be. Yesterday you joined, or today is the
Yes,
first
yes, I have
session.
joined. No, no, yesterday I have joined.
Okay, okay. So tomorrow, once we start the session, I will give some brief overview on the course. At least
Okay.
some
Okay.
10-15 minutes I will give you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Tim. So we will meet tomorrow sharp at 9. So I will be starting the session sharp 9. So